Hello and welcome back to another tutorial. Now we're going to go through the whole website design in the content for the content for the Apple website, which is going to be the shop online and get free contactless delivery, all different things like that, their iPhone. Some things that I may mess up on, some things I won't. So let's just go through and take a look. Now we did publish this navbar in the last tutorial, and the navbar's all up and running now. However, we do need to now go in and edit our page. So how we get back is we can click the settings button, the top button here, and go to exit to dashboard. And as you can see, we are still in our templates. Going to go to pages. In pages, then we're going to click home and then edit with Elementor, or you can click into the home and then press edit with Elementor. Now, what I was trying to do last time in the last tutorial, sorry, I'm just getting a little bit comfortable. As I tried to do in the last tutorial, I tried to go over here somewhere and try and find different settings for the navbar to get rid of this home title. However, on this one, I think we have to go settings. There we go. And now I've found what I've needed. I've wanted to go with Elementor canvas or Elementor full width. Now, one of these, what it will do is if we click canvas, it's going to give us literally a blank canvas of anything. It's going to get rid of the navbar. If we've created a footer, which a footer is this section at the bottom, all of this grey item here, it's going to get rid of all of that. However, I'm going to go with Elementor full width, and then in there we've just got our content. It's saying this is just a draft, play around, blah 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 blah. Right, done. Okie dokie. So I'm going to close this window here, and good thing about Elementor is that if you do need to edit the navbar at any time, you can just click in and click edit header. But just make sure that you update your page first. All right, so update. Let's have a look at what we've got on the Apple page. So we've got shop online and all of this. So I'm just going to right click that and copy. And then back in our page, we're going to click here. And as you can see, it's near enough just one whole section. So I'm going to click one section. And then we've got our middle section in here. So in there, I'm going to click these little 6 icons. I'm going to add in some text. Okay, so text editor, drag that there. Then in my text, I'm going to right click and press paste. So now it says shop online and get free contactless delivery. If we go to style, we can style that to be in the center. And then our font color, let's see what that is. It's kind of like a dark black type of color. So I'm just going to select that color there, and I'm going to say dark text, dark, and then I'm just going to put type, because I always use the word type. And then as you can see, we've got the shop online thing here, and the shop online is that blue color that we noticed earlier. And now, how do we get that blue color? Alright, so after a little glitch, what I've got is I've now got the blue text that I did want, just like on the main Apple webpage. As you can see, we've got a bit of an underline as well on a hover state. I'm going to show you how to get that and get that created. It's a little bit complicated, but don't worry, we will get there. We will get there, I promise you. So what we're going to do is right click, edit text editor, or you can just click this little blue pen icon there. We're going to go to advanced and click custom CSS. Now, as you can see, I've already made the color to the color of the blue what we wanted, which is this color blue. So we're just going to copy that and paste that into there. Now, however, if I wanted white, for example, you can see the text has gone. It's actually still there. It's just because we've made it white. And that is on the A attribute, and you can see that nothing's happening when I hover. It's just a default color attribute. So that's a state called hover. So I'm going to add this and add a semicolon with hover. Okay, as you can see clearly here. And then if I made this white, for example, when we hover over, it's going white, so the shop online text is going white. What's actually happening on this text is nothing. With the colour is actually changing, so I'm going to leave the colour the same. So if I did something now, you can see nothing's happening, but we do have an underline on the text. Now if I put here text declaration underline, now when I click on here, we're now getting some underline on the text, which is perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. And as you can also see, we have got a little bit of a grey in the background. So if I go into my colour picker, just select that colour. Oh, I got a little bit of a sound effect there. We've got F5, F5, F7 as to the colour that we selected earlier. Now if we changed the background colour of this, so if I go to style, oh, we can't do it, it's not allowing us, which is quite clever. So if we go to here and press style and then added a colour and then go in here and paste that there, it's only adding it to this element, which is not what we want. What we want to do is we want to add it on the whole section, not the actual components. So style, classic, and then click our colour. So I'm going to click here and press that there. Perfect. So now we've got our text and different things like that. However, you can see it's not very centered. The text, for some reason, in Elementor is very tall. It's very high. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some minus padding, if it's going to let me. I just want to go here. Bottom, is it going to change that? No, maybe we'll do margin then. Yep, there we go. Okay, so that's made that, so it's given us 10% margin for some reason, and that looks about right to me. I think we're going around there. That looks pretty decent. So then now we've got this WWDC page. However, I've not got that. Well, I'm just going to imagine that that's not even there, because that's only a temporary thing. We're going to go straight for the iPhone. As you can see, same thing again, it's literally just one whole content, and then they've got the text here. So we're going to add a new thing here. Remember to save, or even though it automatically updates anyway for you, I just recommend going in, updating it. So I did save this image from the website, and I've got that somewhere on the computer saved. Here we go into the Apple, and you can see I've got that image just here. And if we go into Elementor, what are we needing? So we're going to need it quite high. We're just going to go along and make it up as we go along. I think that's the best way creativity can be. So we're going to go in there. We want some text. Blah blah blah. I'm just working out how we're going to design it. So in there, then, let's say we need a title, which is going to be the iPhone 12. So we'll type iPhone 12. We're going to need blast past fast. Okay, which is going to be underneath. Is that like a caption? It's like another heading. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to style that to make that center. I'm going to go and click our color, which is the dark type. Perfect. It's quite big, so I'm going to make it quite big for the website. So probably go around there. Well, actually, probably a little bit. There, what are we looking? iPhone 12, blast past fast is the next thing we need. So right click and duplicate, just like you would in Microsoft Word or anything like that. Then we're going to need to make the text just a little bit smaller, probably 33, and then we're going to say blast past fast. Okay. Perfect. So we're looking good. We're looking good, and we've not got much space in between there. So on the margin, we're going to add some 0 here, 0 there. Have we got columns? Going to make that center, middle, widget space. There we go. 0, perfect. But then we've also then got in here, we've got the caption and then learn more. So in here then I'm just going to right click. Actually that's a heading, so we only want 2 headings on here, and then we want a text editor. And the text editor we're going to put in there from 29 as they've made the whole element clickable. It's one way to capture your attention, I guess. So I'm just going to bring that down a little bit just so I can read what it's saying. So from 29 pounds monthly, or £699 before. Trade in. There we go. And then the little 1 icon. I don't know how that works. I think it's just a little symbol. So let's add that. Can I add this back as a? Probably not. Okay, so done that, and then maybe we will add some widget spacing here. We might have to go make an inner section. Duplicate that. So I'm going to go iPhone 12, drop that into there, blast past fast. And then I'm going to make another inner section, duplicate, do this here, put that to 0, and then this here, this, remember on the text we've got that 10% underneath. And then we want to go learn more and buy. So they're 2 separate buttons. So for the 2 separate buttons, oh, there we go. Where's my other window gone? Here we go. So for the 2 separate buttons, we could either use a button if we wanted to, or you can use a heading. So we're just going to go heading for now. And then we're going to go to type in learn more. Or actually, shall we use a shall we use a button? I think we might use a button actually, because then I'm going to show you how this is going to work. So in here we've also got so text, and we're going to call it learn more. As you can see, there's this type of icon. So I'm going to add that icon, so icon library, and it's called a chevron. Click that icon there, this here, and at the bottom insert. Perfect, but for some reason it's put it before, so we need to choose after, and that is a light blue. We can choose our spacing as well, so I'm going to say around about 8. Style, so we're going to choose the style, and it was Titilium Web I think I chose. And you can choose the right font that you want. It's quite thick, this one is, there we go. And then we want to go with the background color is going to be nothing. So how we do nothing is just drag this cursor down all the way to the bottom, and that makes it transparent. So I'm going to add that as a global color. And then what we've got is we've got the learn more text, haven't we? So the learn more, the text needs to be the blue. So did we add the blue? I don't think we did. So that's the white. So let's add the blue. Where's the blue? Let's find the blue. How do I go back to my colors, collections, link blue? That's the color there. I'm going to go here, add that, and I'm going to say link blue. Perfect. So then now, as you can see, we've got our link blue. And for the chevron, I'm not sure there is a way for you to change the size and scale of the chevron. However, that's fine because we can just make the text just that little bit bigger. So we're going to say probably around 20 or 18. 18 will be fine. So then from there, we're going to duplicate that. However, as you can see, we've got a little bit of an issue because one is, not sitting next to the other. So how we can get around that is click this icon, advanced, go to positioning, width, inline, so it's going to make it inline, and then press duplicate. Then in here, in the main column as to where it is, we're going to make horizontal align space around, and then middle. So everything is into the middle. Now, how are we looking so far? So we've got that. We might want to be looking at the spacing a little bit more, so that's perfect. But then for the whole main column, you can see that we've actually got quite a lot of free space down here. So how we're going to do that is use the height to a min height, and then what we want to do is make the content position to be at the top. So then from the bottom, so we can go style, background color, and image. Now what I need to do is drag in my images. So I'm going to select all of these images and just drop them straight in. Now I've got my phones here, so I'm going to click on the iPhone 12 pictures, and then click insert, and then I'm going to go position, center, size, auto, size, cover, okay, perfect, or size, contain, that's quite good. Or we can select a custom size to whatever size we wanted. So we could say around there. Repeat, we can turn it off, so then we've just got the one. Attachment, you can either have it fixed or scrolled. So if you scroll with it. If you fix it, then when we've added more elements and you scroll, it works as like a parallax effect. But for now we've got that, and I'm just going to go back in and then change my height again. We're going to go probably 50. Does that look right? Not too bad. We've got a lot of space here at the top, so I'm just going to go in and move the windows around. Add some padding. So the padding here at the top, I want to go 25 at the bottom as well, or maybe we can make it 50 and then 50 at the bottom there as well. So then now we've got that section. However, can you see that we've got kind of like a greyish type of background on the back there? Now what we need to do is, to get that background, we need to use our colour picker. So we need to go to the main editor, style, and then as you can see here, we've got, we can choose actually our background. But we do need to get our hex color code. So I'm going to go to color slurp, click here, and then once I've got that, paste that there. And now it's fully seamless, and we've also got our text in. So what does the Apple text say? It says buy. Okay, so what I'm going to do, sorry about that, I'm just getting comfortable again. I'm going to come in to my button and press buy. Okay, perfect. All right, so it's not exactly the same, but we're getting there. All right, so that's the iPhone 12, and you've got different things here. So on the next element, blazing through, you can see all is one. We've got the iMac, say hello, learn more, and buy, and it's exactly the same as the top one. Apple have made it very simple. We're going to right click and duplicate the whole layer. But before we carry on, you notice some white space just in between these two elements. We've got the light grey and we've got the honeydew type of colour, but there's a clean grey in between, and you can see how the cursor is jumping from not clickable to clickable when we click on each of these elements. Well, what we need to do is capture this honeydew type of image colour. So I'm going to go into my colour slurp, and unless I had it in my collections, did I have my honeydew? I don't think I did, so I'm going to go there. I've got that, and I've captured it. I'm going to copy it. It's FA. So then now when I go into here, and right click anywhere on the element, select, I'm going to type in the that colour that I've wanted, and then with the background, as you can see, there's a bit of a white here. That's because of our image, but that's okay. We're going to change that image. So I'm going to go with the IMAX. Perfect, look at that. So the size of the iMacs, how big do we want them? So we could say cover, for example. And then now I've got all of my iMacs. But the iMacs have got a bit more space. They are a little bit more, they are a little bit bigger. So how can we change that? So let's look in here, and we just need to really have a play around. So we can go custom or view width. Can we change it? So for example, it's 150 or 250, 270. I mean, I've got a bit of a low resolution image compared to Apple. But and also they've made their box a little bit more wide. Jumping ahead, actually, I'm just going to go back. Sorry about this. I did notice that you know, as I said earlier, they've got this white space in between. So we're just going to add some margin in between, and so 5 and 5, and then from here, from there, just close that. I'm going to add 5. And 5 again. However, I might not want it at the top. I do just want it to be seamless. So then when it flows, there we go. And I don't know why Apple have got this in the background, but you know, that's, you know, what they've got. That's what they've got. So then from here, for some reason in our text here, there's quite a big gap with the actual Apple website. There's quite a lot of space. So to reproduce that, we need to delete this. What else have we got? So it's just 2 buttons. So it's iMac, say hello. So I'm going to click in here, iMac, say hello. There we go. So iMac, say hello. You can see that the spacing as well. They've got a little bit of spacing as well. So maybe they've got some padding. So 10 and 10. And then they've got the iMac, say hello. So then now with this, then we're just going to go in again and change the height of the... there we go. And it's scaling beautifully. Perfect. So learn more, buy, and then what have we got here? Learn more and buy. So exactly the same thing. So now we're going to get a little bit more complex with multiple columns. So as you can see here, we've got the white background, we've got black, and then we've got all the different columns. Let's jump in, let's dive in, and we're coming up to near enough the end of the tutorial. It's pretty, it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to come in here, and as you can see, we've got the choice of either going for one straight column, or we can add 2 columns, which is like this, which is what we're going to want to do. Now they've gone full page, full width of the page, so we're going to make the actual web page full width. Can we go like that? There we go. And then this content here, the background was black, wasn't it? So we're going to say dark, or maybe we'll just go pure black. There we go. So 000, I'm just going to add that as a global color, black. And then if we wanted to, rather than doing the same thing on that one, we can right click and we can duplicate, and then we can delete this one. But now if I come out of here and show you the black tabs at the bottom of the page, is it going to show me them? It's not going to show me them because there's nothing in it. Let me add a spacer. There we go. So we've got the black at the bottom, but on the Apple website, we've got some like lines in between. Well, them lines is basically padding around the edges, or margin around the edges. So what I'm going to do is just going to come into here, and will it let me columns gap, extended, or we'll just say default for now, or let's say actually no gap. So there's no gap whatsoever, but then in here I'm then going to add some padding. Sorry, margin outside, so 5 pixels, and then I'm just going to delete that one. Right click, duplicate. No, I don't want 2 spaces. There we go. And now I've got my 2 boxes, exactly like Apple do. Perfect. So privacy, that's iPhone is what they've called it. So in here, I'm just going to copy that, paste that into there when it lets me. Hello, you going to let me? I need to delete the spacer. Right click, delete, right click, paste. There we go. And it's gone, they've gone pure white on this one, which is FFF. There we go. And then what does it say? It says privacy, that's iPhone. So privacy, full stop, that's iPhone. Now, as you can see, what's happening is our content is being squashed because we've got our 2 columns. So what we can do is we can go into structure, make sure you're selected on the main thing, and then select that. There we go, look at that, that's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Then we've got a little learn more button underneath. So I'm just going to right click, copy that, and then underneath right click and delete, and then right click, paste. Click into this column and make sure that horizontally everything is aligned centered and vertically everything is aligned in the middle. However, we do have an image of a guy, and we do need to add him in the background. So how are we going to do that? So I'm going to click here, and what I'm going to do is add the style and add an image. So I do have him just here for privacy. But then what happens is that when I've added him, for some reason he's not coming up right. So I need to then go in and make sure that I've got the right height and everything like that. I'm going to go in and add a spacer. And then with that spacer, I can select my view height. So I can go underneath and say, I don't know, 35. But as with Apple, they're very square images near enough. We've got probably about, what have we got? 570 pixels. So in here, then I can select this. Where's my, there. Probably go to, yeah, probably to about there. But then also, I want to add some more gap with this. And then I might want to change my background. So it's actually either contained or custom to how I want it. The position of it could be bottom center. Perfect. So you can have a play around, and the best thing to do is play around and see what is best for you. So, but I'm just going to go with cover because I think that looks fine to me. I think that looks fine. We do have a bit of padding on the top though. So I'm going to click our text here, and then in padding or margin, actually margin of this element, I'm just going to add, let's say 25 pixels, probably a little bit more than that. It seems that they've added 50 then. I'm looking at this gap here in between the text. So we've gone with 50, and I might actually change this again to be, yeah, let's say 10 then. But then I do just want to make sure that my spacer is a little bit bigger. Or if we make it smaller, then I just need to make sure that my background is going to be set, for example, as contained or custom or something like that. So I'm going to go in there, 120, perfect. All right, and as you can see, it's very responsive as well. So we've got it all set perfectly, and we've still got the hover animation. Into the next one, we've got Apple Watch Series 6, the future, blah, 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 blah. Right, perfect. So this one is going to be a little bit simple. Well, same again, we're just going to copy. So now we've already got this base template, we can right click and duplicate. Right click this one, delete. I'm sorry if I'm going a little bit too quick. But you see how we've got the say hello text here. I'm just going to duplicate that, drag that down to there. And on the Apple website, it says the future of health is on your wrist. And then that text is going to be pure white. I'm going to make the size go down a little bit. Maybe change that. And then here, as you can see on the Apple website, the logo is a little bit different. So what we need to do is we need to add the logo. So we've deleted the actual heading. We're going to add an image. In the image, then we can go here, click Apple Watch Series 6, and bang, we've added it. And I think that works really well. Then in here, I'm going to go and change my content to be that spaced out. And then we've got Learn More, and we've also got a button that says Buy. Then at the bottom here, in this main section, we're going to right click Edit Column. Click this here, and we're going to want to go with the Apple Watch. Boom. Perfect. And you can see how it's all aligning up together. Quite nice, if I do say so myself, quite nice. However, the size is a little bit bigger on the actual Apple website. So let's go in and make it a custom size ourselves. So we're going to go in and say probably about 440. Maybe it's 420 because there we go. Perfect. And then what we need now to do is then right click and duplicate. And you see how it's just created everything we wanted to do, because in here we've got our iPad Pro, which we now need to make. So I'm going to go in and say iPad Pro, and I'm going to right click duplicate, drag that to there, and it says supercharged by the Apple M1 chip. I can't type. We've got Learn More, and then we've got another button that says Buy. And then down here in our image, we need to go to Style, and we need to choose the iPads. Perfect. I like it. Looking good, looking good. Okay, and then we're going to go to a white background. Okay, so the white background, what we need to do is then change our background style, unless it's classed with the image. So we need to find that out. So we need to add our image first, which is going to be the Apple TV. Perfect. And I said white background, but it's not a white background, as we can see. And then we've got some bigger text, some like more bolder text. So I'm just going to right click, copy that, and paste that into here, and delete this. And then I'm going to change the color to be the dark type. And why in the background do we have black still? Get rid of that. However, as you can see, the image is a different color, so we need to go to our color slurp. We need to get the color. Thank you. And it's F5, F5, F7. So did we already have the F5, F5, F7 in here? Maybe not. So I'm just going to go in here, paste that in. Perfect. That's made that. In the image, have I got an image for the Apple TV logo? Yes, I do. Bang. Put that into there. And then in here, in that text, I'm going to say a higher definition of TV. And then for that, we're going to make the text scale down a little bit. So I think it was 33 on the last one. It's best to keep it consistent. we've got a bit of a gap in between. As you can see here, we've got a bit of a gap in between. But then also what you just saw there is that they're on separate lines. So how do we make it on separate lines? Well, there's a multiple way of making them on separate lines. So a higher, and then we need to change it. So a higher. So you could either do a higher and then enter definition. And then on the typography, we can do line height. There we go. So let's put it to about 1.2. Perfect. So then now that is our Apple website that we've created, which is ready to go. And we've created all of that ourselves. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save that update, because that's one of the main things to do. It's been quite a long tutorial of playing around. What I'm going to do is get this video edited, and on the next tutorial I'm going to show you a little bit of custom animation and different things like that within Elementor. So yeah, stick around, and thank you once again for watching this tutorial. I hope you've learned a lot about different columns, elements and buttons and different things, and yeah, I can't wait to invite you to the next tutorial.